Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. Today is the day you've been waiting for. The day that you meet up with your ex. What are you going to do? What are you going to wear? What are you going to say? Well, listen up because I'm going to tell you. So you've been doing no contact and your ex finally contacted you and they want to see you. This is what we've been waiting for. So the first thing to remember is that you need to treat this as a first date. If you're to start over, it's going to be a new relationship. You have to forget the old relationship existed. You're now starting again. So think of it as a first date. You want to look good, but you don't want to look too good in the sense that you don't want to look like you put a lot of effort into showing up. For the women, look a little sexy, but not too sexy. The guys, look classy. And you want to be in good spirits before you get there because you don't know what's going to happen. But you want to be positive and upbeat. So I often find that music helps. If I'm getting ready to go out, even just out for the evening, put on some music that really inspires you, that makes you high, and that way you'll show up in a great mood. So you show up at the place. Do not have them come to pick you up. And don't go to pick them up. And it is okay to hug them. Yes, it is. However, you are going to sit across from them. Remember, it's a first date. And usually on first dates, you usually sit across from the person, right? You don't usually sit right next to each other. One thing to keep in mind right away is no heavy discussions. Nothing about the relationship, obviously. Don't talk about how miserable you've been, how you want to get back together, how upset you were at the breakup. Nothing. And if there's a brief lull in the conversation, it's okay. That's fine. Look away, look around, and give your ex a chance to look at you, to observe you while you're looking away. And, they might expect you to be cold and indifferent, but instead you're going to surprise them. You're going to be nice. Because if you're cold and indifferent, then it shows that you still care, that you're still upset about the breakup. But if you're nice, they'll be like, wow, they're not upset. And they're going to wonder, why are you not upset? And that was my cat coming in the perfect moment. She too wonders why you're not upset. So when someone is wondering about you, their interest level is actually going up. The question mark becomes a hook. So it's a good thing to leave them wondering. If your ex asks if you are dating others or just dating, you can say, yes, but I'm taking it slow. Don't deny it if you're dating. And don't ask them if they're dating. It doesn't matter, because if they want to get back with you, they'll drop whoever they're dating. If they flirt, and hopefully they will, you can do a little flirting back and forth, but at a certain point, you want to say something like, are you flirting with me? Is that any way to talk to your ex? One of the main reasons for the date is that you want to raise their interest level so that they will want to get back with you. And you can't do that by discussing the previous relationship, by asking to get back together. They need to be curious, and they need to be intrigued, and need to have desire. So you want to talk about, if you're a guy dating a girl, you want to talk about any new female friends you have. If you're a girl, you can talk about any new male friends you've made, and they will naturally wonder if you're dating them, just the fact that you're bringing them up. But that's okay. Do it anyway. And something that I would do is you should have someone call you on the date. So let's say you're meeting your ex at 1 o'clock. Tell them to call you at 1:30. And then when the phone rings, you're going to say, oh, excuse me. Pick up the phone and walk away and have a very brief conversation. Like a 1-minute conversation. Because you want them to wonder who that was. You got to play a little game here to get them intrigued, to wonder, if you're totally available, or if you're seeing someone. Mystery here is actually your friend. This is not the time to be an open book. Plenty of time for that later when you get back together and you're secure in the relationship. Then you can talk about how miserable you were without them. But right now, you better play it cool. So you want to keep the date short. No long 2 and 3 hour dates. 1 hour max. And have somewhere to go afterwards. Otherwise, if you're having fun, you're going to be tempted to spend more time with them or to go back to their place or to bring them back to yours. No, they need to put in an effort to win you over, and they can't just have you just like that after meeting up with you for 45 minutes. So you be the one to end the date on a good note when everything is going well and say, well, I have to get going. If they ask what you're doing, make sure you have something ready to tell them, either the truth or a little lie. Tell them you have some pressing work that you have to get done. You have to go home for something. It doesn't matter, but just you got to go. And I hope I don't have to tell you that obviously you're not going to sleep with them. This is not the time to sleep with them because you don't know if they want to get back together, especially if you're a female. And if you sleep with them, you're going to think, oh, we're back together. And then if they don't want to get back together, they're going to think, oh, she thinks we're back together, so I'm going to avoid her. So then he's going to avoid you, and then you're going to get mad, and you're going to wonder what's going on. So don't do it. And I know for the guys that they think that they're supposed to get the girl into bed on the first date, as in the first date after the breakup, but not necessarily. Again, she needs to work to get you back. Don't be so easy in that sense. So, if you have any more questions about what to do when you finally meet up with the ex, we can do a coaching session and you can contact me at theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube and you liked it, please like the video and subscribe. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.